and finals of OBBL, and I'm actually with a couple of people tonight. Firstly, my old co-host, Passdog, welcome.
Hello, gents.
How are you?
How are you, mate?
Good, good.
Very good.
It's only taken a whole season for us two to get back together.
Yeah, it's been a funny season.
It's
Everyone's
been a busy
busy.
one. They have been. And I noticed that you and I think we've... Are you out of the finals now?
Oh, no, I'm in the Don't Even Bother Bowl
Damn,
final.
Excellent. Well, we've actually brought someone that actually is good at playing. Who is that person? Say hi.
Hello, everybody.
Covey, welcome,
It's your
mate.
old pal, Gifted Covey.
Gifted Covey. Now, is this the new enlightened Covey we've got, or we're going to see a bit of the old Covey?
I like to mix it up, you know.
I like to call it the real Covey and the soft cunt.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing which Covey it is when we get to the show pony predictions, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
I tried to do a smack talking last week and that didn't work.
Mind you, the place where the real Covey has the best opportunity to come out is the shitty wooden spoon.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, we
Speaking
can
of
really
which-
unload on that, can't we?
Absolutely.
Shall we start it off nice and easy then with them?
Boom.
The details. Only two left. The best of the best. Down the bottom. Frenzied and Cedric. Frenzied with a team that's going well but just can't get the wins on the board.
So not
And-
going well at all. A team full of donkeys.
Oh look, I've watched him play. He hasn't been smashed, but just can't get the wins. Compared to, say, Cedric, whose team just decides to fall over and die just whenever it wants to. So I'll have a look at Covey. Oh, not Covey. Fuck's sake. Frenzied. Let's go into there.
I don't know if I'm getting mistaken for him, but yeah.
Well,
It's a very
basically,
well developed team, isn't it?
That's what I mean. Like, you look at the team, if I ever get to it.
What?
Guard on all the tomb. Stand firm. Juggernaut. Mighty Blow's got, 3 Mighty Blows now. He's got a blodging Blitzer.
With
Beautiful.
Mighty Blow.
With Mighty Blow, yeah.
He's got a leader thrower with tackle. He's got his thrower with kickoff return.
Kickoff. Which has been going pretty well, hasn't it, that piece? Like, it just gives him that little bit of edge.
It's amazing. I've really come around to that skill on anyone that's about movement 5 or 6. Mainly movement 5. It's definitely a great. Movement 6 it helps because it just allows your team to quickly reposition after a kickoff more forward than being stuck in the back line sometimes.
Yeah. I've not ever taken it, but I'm certainly earning some respect for it. A couple of tackle skeletons there, I didn't realise.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Yeah, that's
plus a
good.
thrower.
That's good for the blitzers. For the...
But the blitzers don't have tackle.
No, I mean on the opposition blitzers.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. They all have dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, a very well developed team, which says to you that it is the quality of the coach that gets him to the wooden spoon.
Yeah. That's right. He's done remarkably badly with a really good looking side. It's
Yeah. And our colleague here, Joe, has been taking a leaf out of his book too, you know, the old frenzied dodge.
Yeah.
Falling over at the end, mate.
Twice.
Once in each, yeah. Well, got to keep Luke Adrian on his toes.
Well, you
Right,
kept
the
him
old-
in the game, that's for sure.
That's how they go. It's a fucking coin toss. Anyway, that's old wounds. Let's have a look at the team
So
that
it's-
has.
Hang on, has he got 4 rerolls plus the leadership reroll?
Yep,
So he's got
he's got
5
five.
Yeah.
rerolls.
5 rerolls.
Well, and he still can't fucking win a game.
No. Yeah. Well, when you keep on doing frenzy dodges with agility 1, you end up burning through them, don't you? I
Yeah,
suppose.
that's for sure.
Should he get rid of one?
I would.
I would.
Yeah, definitely.
I would later. I'm not sure I would now.
Well, let's have a look.
Five rerolls, man.
1580.
Yeah, it's a it's a lot of. I guess it gets him down to the 14-30, but you know, like he can really, because I have a feeling that both of these blokes are just gonna treat this game as a chance to murder people, and they don't really care whether or not they get the spoon or not. So if he's got those extra re-rolls, that's just a whole bunch of extra chances to kill shit.
I would argue that Cedric's probably going to go out with my team's going to get deleted. But I think Frenzy's actually likes his team and wants it to be around for next season.
Oh yeah, and he can always sack a reroll after this game. But I was just thinking that for this game, he might actually just want to play it a bit silly. Mind you, Frenzy is I've only been around a few seasons, but he's been played in nearly every wooden spoon and never won it.
That's an achievement. That's not too bad. I'm just having.
He's resilient at the end.
I've jumped over to Cedric's, just while you guys are talking.
Yeah, I got it in front of me too.
I love fuck Plutonians.
If he doesn't dump that reroll, Zids gets a wizard.
Complimentary wizard.
Yeah.
Yep, and
which is very hard for Camry to deal with.
And he's got no money, no gold, so he can't actually buy a wizard. So
you can't scum one anyway.
Nah. But I would definitely drop that wizard, Frenzied, if I was you.
The reroll. Yeah.
Reroll. So, look, it's been a long day. I've had kids by myself. Okay.
I tuned in late to the Frenzy match, the last game that he lost, and he ran out of rerolls then when I tuned in about turn 15, which... So, sensational. It was like turn 14 or 15. It's like, he must be using one a turn, really. It's incredible.
Yeah. And still losing.
Yeah. Well,
Stop,
it's
dead
good
already.
that we do this wooden spoon. It gives these two absolute no hopers a chance to win something.
Yeah, one of them's got to win. Yeah.
The winner doesn't get the spoon, isn't it?
Well, the loser gets the spoon.
Yeah, the loser gets the spoon.
Yeah. Well, so Zidrik's team, for a team that's had a lot of death, the development's not too bad, really, is it?
Dodge, tackle, dodge. There's a
like his
steal.
blockers are looking pretty hot.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what you want. No,
I'd finger bang him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he fell for that trap last season. This is how it looked at the end of the first season. And he's like, oh yeah, won a few games in the finals. And he's like, yep, I'm going to play Plutonians again.
Yeah, but he also, at the end of last season, he was going to sack it. And then he rolled some really good stat ups. Like he had an agility piece, he had another piece. This time, exactly, they died within a couple of games. So...
Yeah, do you think he'll keep him?
Well, he's talking in chat about how he wants to get into Kaz Carnage, and it seems like he's waiting for these guys to get into Kaz Carnage, so maybe he will. I don't know why. He seems ready to kill himself, so...
He quite rightly hates them. Actually, if you look at their records, so the Carmen have got 2 wins, 3 draws, 13 losses. That is pretty fucking dire. But Zitz isn't too bad. It's what?
5-2-7.
5-2-7.
Yeah. Well, because he had
It's pretty middle of the road, really.
And he played in the middle of the road competition last season. Didn't he? What, doesn't he have the? Is it the Don't Even Bother Bowl title? Is what he's got at the moment?
I can't remember.
I think he won it.
He won. Yeah, he's got the bronze, hasn't he?
Yeah. The Don't Even Bother Bowl. So
he did well with Plutonians at the back end.
Yeah, like they came through during the final season and got that edge piece and all those sorts of things. So, yeah. Look, I think on paper, Zidrik is probably the more likely to win here, just because he doesn't. He knows how to get around it. They're a fast team. They can run rings around the Camry.
And they come
the only thing is, Zidrik loves to base up, regardless of who he's playing against. And so, if Camry just knock him around, and Frenzy's got 3 tackle pieces, so his blodges aren't going to do much. They're not going to be safe. So,
4 4 guard for Cedric. So the Tomb Guardian's strength
Oh,
5.
yeah, for sure. Like, he'll be able to knock him over.
Yeah.
He's got 4 pieces, with Dolos.
Yeah, with block. So he's effectively got 8 players, and if he goes in with the wrestle and drops the Tomb Guardian, he just runs away.
Yeah. But, you know, for a team with Fend, Zidric has been copping 70 blocks a game. I don't know what his average is. I could have gone and worked it out. But, it's consistently really high. And the Khemri have got a stack of Mighty Blow and just big strength and stuff like that, you know? Like, so if Zidric starts playing to the strengths of the team instead of just trying to hit shit, then this is a no-brainer, really. But if he just plays the way he has been, then it's really anyone's ball game. And so I've actually got Zids to win, but that's assuming he plays serious.
Yeah, I've got Zids. His team has all the tools needed to beat Khemri.
Absolutely.
I've actually chosen Khemri for this, and for the tips this week, the people that have got them in, it's a bit of a mixed bag for people, this one. I can't remember who's getting the most votes, but it's pretty even, I think. It's a bit of a toss-up. I couldn't quite decide.
It's based on the players, isn't it, I think, for these two? Which Zidric turns up, which Frenzy turns up. As you said, if Zidric turns up and goes, I want to win, and plays Plutonians like they meant to, should go well.
Yeah, exactly.
If Frenzy can just look at tackle zones and walk up the pitch properly, he'll be fine.
He should go well. Yeah, exactly. And all he has to do is make sure Zidric only scores once in his half, and then score his own. And then if he goes to extra time, then he's got a really good chance of getting the attrition and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's a good chance for either of them. I land on Zids because I'm ahead of the table and I just want to make safe choices. And I reckon Zids is a lot more likely, but Frenzy I reckon is a really good choice for anybody who's trying to catch up to me, basically.
I still think there's a lot of AV7 there, there's a lot of basing up, and there's a lot of mighty blow against it. And we could see a bit of carnage. So that's why I went to Carman in the end.
And I fucking hope we do see a lot of carnage. I'd love to see another 70 block Zids. Like, honestly, that would be the best game. Murder.
I think I've got a problem here. We've got a couple. I've just jumped into the Don't Bother Bowl. Oh, no, yep, it's going to be...
It's all good. It's me versus Joel.
You versus Joel. All right, that's it, isn't it? So the first two, the Wooden Spoon and the Don't Bother Bowl, these are the grand finals, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll kick it off easy. Joel. The dwarves are just built differently.
Yeah, Joel's really embraced the term I gave his team, which is dwarf erratica.
Yep.
And he loves it. He plays up to it. Yeah, not a lot of guard. He's bought himself Big McLarge Huge, the Death Roller, who in his first game got 4 STP and fouled a piece out of the game and played the whole half.
Beautiful.
The problem with
Sensational.
Joel's team here is that he's 3 guys short, so he's going to have to pick up 3 journeymen. He's also got a Death Roller, which means... And he can't afford a new player.
No.
So he's not gonna. He's gonna have 10 players in the second half, no matter what.
Yep.
Yeah.
His team's looking pretty good, though. I mean, it's a good-looking side, really. I think.
It's pretty sexy. And I love that he doubled down, like the way he uses his blitzer. I had a chat to him about this. The way he uses his blitzer is a thrower early, and so he doubled down on the edge and gave it stronger.
That's pretty cool.
It's fun. It's really fun.
Yep.
And then his wrestler has just rolled strength up, so he's got a strength 4 backstop.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool too.
So
that is pretty neat. That's a great sweeper, that piece now, isn't it?
Yeah. Strength 4, movement 6, dwarf. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah. But he needs to spend a bit of time in the off season repairing his team because he's lost his other runner who wants to be a ball carrier.
He needs guard.
And he needs to get, well, at least he'll get his MNG this game, but He's got to buy a long beard. He's got to buy a few long beards. He's probably got to sack this Mighty Blow Troll Slayer. Like, it needs a bit of work in the off-season.
Yeah.
But, all that aside, I'm stoked to see all of that because that's going to make my job a lot easier. I hadn't really appreciated until you said it, Gifted, but second half, he's definitely got 10 players.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's a naked dwarf worth? 70.
70.
Yeah, so he needs 3, does he? So he's still going to be up and around my TV.
So he's 1540.
Yeah. Oh, I'm loving the sound of that.
No, 3 sevens and 21, which makes 1600 flat.
Perfect. So
He's on
I'm going to get a wizard.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at infant mortality hilarity there. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, you're right.
Thank you.
Joe. Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever been right.
2100. So he'll be 1540, and I'm going to be at around that 1390. I've just got a wolf out, I think.
You do. You've got
and a zombie. Sorry. So that gets me down to 11
with 140 in the bank.
With 140 in the bank, and what is that? What do we say it was?
That's
1540. So I've got 150 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon you're looking the goods there.
I don't reckon it looks too bad, eh?
Yeah.
I am tempted to sack young Eater of Chamberlains there, Eaterzaria.
Oh, it's agility too. Yeah, sack him, buy a new one.
And buy a new one, and I could do it for this game.
I would.
But I don't know. Like, I like the idea of being down the TV. And it's not hurting me much with 11 players. He has a little bit of Mighty Blow, but not bucket loads. It's a thought, isn't it?
I would suck the werewolf and get the new one. Because it's 120 for the werewolf.
It's going to be a bit of a target, a no-block werewolf. Naked werewolf against dwarves.
Yeah, but it's another claw, and if he dies, guess what? You've got a pre-season, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, this is the other thing though. Like, I'm actually not that upset that wolf has an age bust, because I don't necessarily, like, I've got one with dodge. I don't necessarily need it to have dodge and be the piece I want it to be. So I'm inclined to let it level to 16 and see if I get a double. And if I got a double, then I definitely keep it. And then, like, that doesn't work very well for coming into season 12. But I don't know. I don't know that it needs Edge 3.
Yeah, look, it depends on how you use them, isn't it?
Not well. They always fucking die.
Yeah.
Do you want to win the bowl? I guess is the question. Do you want that little medal next to your name? In my opinion, if you want to win it, the wolf will be sacked, and I'll get a replacement. Because
but I lose that TV advantage at that point.
Yeah, you lose a wizard for a no skill werewolf. That's up to you. The werewolf, I mean, the wizard might be hopeless. It might do nothing, and then it's a waste of 150k that you've got a werewolf. So.
But it does really excite me, the idea of throwing a fireball at a pile of 5 dwarves.
Yeah.
Like, it's thrilling. I don't think I've ever been able to do it.
Yeah.
And and I'm all about the variance. So I reckon. Look, seriously though, I reckon I'm a fucking red hot shot here. I'm the favourite. Just calling it now.
I think this is a hard one.
But
I think this is actually hard, and it's not. I think because of that mighty blow that he's got. He does have some dauntless, so that can take out your golems. He does have a couple of guards. He's got tackle, so your blodge werewolf doesn't mean shit anymore. I think it's actually a lot closer on the board. So if you take the wizard, I think you've basically just got, here's 4 rolls of the dice, 4 plus, I get to do some damage, and if it pays off, you should be fine. But I think it's going to be tight. I think you will win, but I don't think it's as wide open as possible.
Especially the way I'm playing these days.
Brogdonetti, fireball never works.
That's fucking hide him saying that.
I'm with him as well.
I think you've copped most of the votes for the win pass for this one.
Yeah, okay.
A few people are back to Joel, but most are back to you. It should be interesting. I mean, if you can take out even one or two more dwarves,
That's it. The numbers.
suddenly he's going to have real trouble covering the pitch, especially in the second half. You know, if the dwarves down, you've only got 9 dwarves covering the pitch. You're really that's really difficult.
Especially with all that speed from the wolves and the ghouls.
One wolf. Thank you.
Well, true.
He's definitely going to have 10 players at the second half. I still argue that the werewolf with claw and movement 8, agility 3 will do more damage overall
Than a wizard.
than the wizard.
It's a great piece. The werewolf.
Yeah, but
And really, it is the decision for me is am I replacing it at all? Because if I am, I should do it now. Stuff the wizard and start developing the piece.
that's it. So sleep on that one. But I think we're all saying you're going to take this one out. So to those to all of those 4 teams, good luck in the grand finals. Sloppy seconds. Here we go. Schedule. Good Vibrations and Greendale. Where's Good Vibrations? Who we got? Borwin. Good to see Borwin in their semis. Let's have a look.
They're a pretty good team, the Vibrations. I think he got the tripwire with a re-roll against me that would have won in the game. And
my
would have given the show pony.
And my draw against Bubba kept him out too.
Yeah.
So he was right on the cusp.
Yeah.
4 guards, Robinetti has just noticed, on a high elf team.
Yeah.
That's more than the dwarves we just looked at.
Yeah.
That is something, isn't it?
This is a nice looking team. It's a nice looking team.
1590 TV.
I still don't know what this fucking blitz is doing though, but
With the movement. Well, it makes a difference.
I would have taken piling on.
Well, Girthy Schlong just needs a bit of reach, you know.
Well, instead of guard, I would have taken piling on, I think.
You'd be piling on for Girthy Schlong, you reckon? Is that what he's saying, Oh, gosh. Go on, mate. Sorry, I was interrupted.
Trying to make sense, we're just making dick jokes.
Look, we've got Pussy Destroyer, we've got Ugly Tool. It's fair for the taking, isn't it?
It really is.
I like his build though. He's got an Agility 5 War Dancer effectively. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Like the guys that he has, it's fantastic. I mean, it's a good looking team. I think once he has a few more games in the pre-season, they're going to look amazing.
Yeah, he's only got that 40k, and for a team with 8 AV in a lot of its positions, that's pretty rough, isn't it?
7. He's got 3 armor value 7.
Yeah, but what I mean is normally like the linemen have 8 AV, and he's down 3.
Yeah.
So he was down to 7 players at one point. That lineman's a new purchase, I think. So yeah, a bit of time in the off season to build the team back to full strength. But if he does that, he gets up to his 1800 probably. Well, he can only get to 17, can't he? Yeah,
it's looking good though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
He's up against goblins, isn't he?
And I really think goblins struggle against these kind of teams. I think these high elf type sides. And I think Luke Stewart is going to be going in with 14 players, which is awesome. So he can afford to throw the boot into a few guys. And he's also going. I mean, he loses a couple, I suppose, with the send-offs, but for the dude. But he's also going to have, I just worked it out, like 330 TV. Is that what I thought it was?
At least. Yeah. It's going to be more than that, isn't it? Because doesn't Baldwin add a whole bunch?
Yeah, well, Bowen's got to add 210, so that's 1590.
Yeah.
And yeah, so 430. It's
Yeah. And
Just that's a lot of
who's hosting?
Yeah, I'm just looking
good
now.
vibrations.
Okay, so Nuffles Alta's not in, but he'll still get Ripper.
No.
Like, Ripper's part of the team.
The magician shop's coming in now.
Oh, so they've both got a wizard. That's fucking sick.
That's
Oh,
disgusting.
so good. I
I'm
love
wondering if
that.
some of his linemen have copped a fireball wizard, a wizard fireball because of that
Yeah,
sort of things.
I don't recall that, but geez, that'd be a punish, wouldn't it? So, like, Luke's been playing these goblins like they're a tier 1 team.
Yeah.
But Baldwin is on the money with the high elves. Like that's his go-to, right? And it shows. I've gone the safe choice. I've tipped Baldwin here just because, like I think it'll be a pretty high-scoring game, and if Baldwin does what he really wants to and avoids getting hit heaps, then I think he's gonna do well.
Yeah. I think I've gone Bowen as well. I think most people Luke's got a few people tipping him. They're two really good. Like they're both fucking great players. And Bowen's exceptional too, and Lucas, he's an absolute champion. So
yeah.
But I just think the high elves will be too good for him. But you know what? 3 mighty blow pieces. A couple of guys go flying for the elves, so they're going to be really struggling in numbers in the second half.
Well, hopefully it'll be interesting to see. If they're just the loners, then it'll probably be fine. But if it's any of those critical pieces, then yeah, it could be some real trouble. And the loony's there for that half, and he'll have plenty of bribes. But the loony's there to axe a couple of catches. That'll be key for Baldwin, is defending his low AV pieces.
Yeah. Well, that's it. As soon as those the 3 guys that he picks up and that you have to fill up to get to 11, they're going to be on the front line. As soon as they go, if 2 of them go, you're starting to put good players on the line of scrimmage, which is dangerous. Yeah. No tackle for the Greendale College chaps either, which is good because there's quite a lot of dodge there. But,
we've got 1 tackle on a catcher with wrestle, so not the worst. But I mean, he's got leap. He's got a mighty. He's blitzer with movement 8, mighty blow. Again, I would have loved to have seen piling on instead of guard, just to really put a damage piece in there.
But you don't really want to have an elf lie down, especially against goblins.
Oh, against goblins.
Yeah, as soon as anyone's on the deck, that chainsaw's coming a call.
Yeah, and maybe that was what he was building into his thinking, because I think that guard is a recent addition. I don't remember him having it on that piece when I played him a couple games ago. I don't remember it. Maybe he had it, but
I don't remember.
No, he's pretty close to 76, so I think he's had it for a while.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I've got balls.
Misremembering. All right.
Which then leaves the midgets versus the cowboys. We'll do
Pride
dwarves
versus
because they're quick and easy
the
to go
other
through.
dick team.
Dwarves.
Well, there's one word for
Guard.
Bubba's team, right? Guard.
Guard. That's it.
And it's a wall. Like, just playing against this team is fucked.
It's
Honestly.
13 players. Just guard.
6 mighty blow.
Wow.
Yep. That's anything that's a dwarf. Have you got guard? Yes. Get mighty blow.
Yeah.
It's like he's got one-way contraceptives. He's got all that guard and then blows all over everybody.
It's going to be rough.
I think he's gone overboard with the guard. I know that's probably, you don't often hear that, but I would have put tackle on a Troll Slayer for mighty blow as well. I mean, I just don't think it's.
Just kept your guard on the long beards and just call it that.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. Oh, one's okay, but I think both you're missing out. Because you want to be blitzing with them every turn, really, don't you? And if they don't have tackle, then you probably want to be blitzing with something else. And your other guys don't move very far or don't have tackle either. So, like, it's...
But he's got so many pieces with with tackle and mighty blow, or he's got 2 with tackle and mighty blow, and he's got so many pieces with tackle, then he probably can blitz a dodge piece from anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless they potato down the field and get away. Like, I get your point. I agree with you, but I guess that might be the logic that's being applied.
Will this much guard help against a screen of Wood Elves though? That's going to be the big question, because they're not going to come in and do a big mosh pit sort of fight, are they? They're going to.
No, they'll be avoiding it.
They're going to be avoiding. So the guard kind of gets nullified in that sense.
Except that Bubba will be playing lumberjack.
Yeah, he pretty much just puts 6 guys at the front and just walks forward, doesn't he?
Mm. And that tree is going fucking down.
Timber. I'm just having a look at his team now. Arspender. Arspender
no.
took one too many Orcocks and...
Joe, so crass.
Oh, fucking sorry for trying to join in.
So 240, 140, so the TV difference is going to be 100, which means he can't scum a wizard. He's just 10 grand, 10k.
Unless he drops that agility, he drops one of his dwarves.
Nah, he's got a full squad, doesn't he?
He's got 13.
Who, Bubba?
Yeah.
Oh, he could drop one.
Well, you can't get it. Sorry. So, no, the Wood Elves will be able to get a 10k off being able to get a wizard. But, so they can't. And for some reason, Bubba just loves having stacks of those little fuckers around. He never uses them. You may as well I'd be going fouling bananas.
But Bardo B is about to get sacked, surely.
Yeah. Well,
has he got a move bust and an eagle? Or just the move bust? Just the move bust. Like,
yeah, that's alright. You just want him to stand still, really.
I guess he just stands in the middle in front of the tree.
Yeah, you just mark him up. But I think... What did you guys tip for this one? What's your time?
I like, Joey, your point that the guard actually isn't going to go heaps far in this game. I think we're just going to see Brog bounce around Ram Ranch. Is it being played at Ram Ranch or is it Ginsburg?
No, it's on the Astro too. I was thinking Astro.
Oh, the Astro. Yeah, right.
I'll quickly bring that up while you guys discuss it.
But, yeah, I just reckon the elves will... bounce around the dwarves. It'll be like 13 Bridget the Midgets and one gang of homosexual elves having a real tonk at them.
The dwarves are
actually they're probably disinterested if it's Bridget.
He's only lost 2 games, Southern Pride, out of 15.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
One of those was against me. Yes.
Must be plenty of draws then.
I think the other one was against me in the first season.
He was. Oh, well, he must have lost to somebody to not win the show pony last year, though. Surely.
He's unlucky to only be in the sloppy seconds then too.
Yeah, he's very unlucky. I think he was robbed against me too. I think he snaked a dodge that just completely ruined his move, and like he was going to win quite easily.
We'll get to how ridiculously lucky you've been in a minute.
Yeah. But most of the money's on is on Bubba for this.
I think so too. I think Wood Elves will get a touchdown. You can't stop that.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be if the Wood Elves receive first half. If they can hold it off for 6-7 turns, great. It becomes a 1-on-1, and you're only really letting Bubba smash you for a half.
Mm.
But if Bubba gets the to receive on the first half, I think we're going to see a few elves drop, and he'll be forced to do the quick touchdown in the second half. And then I
Yeah,
think,
the coin flip's a big deal, isn't it?
I think for this game, I think it's massive.
Mm. And I've just revisited my tips. I did actually tip Bubba.
Well, I think Robin surely is he one of these people that doesn't like receiving anyway? So with Wood Elves, a lot of people
The phallus Cowboys don't like receiving. Is that what you're saying?
receiving, yeah, they're more of a giving team. Yeah.
Mm.
So I mean, he might let Bubba. Bubba might end up with the ball first, no matter what happens. Yeah. It's
Maybe.
quite a common tactic with Wood Elves.
It
Give
is.
the other guys the ball, but you know what? I tell you, if it's one apiece going into extra time, I can't imagine there's going to be terribly many Cowboys left on the pitch, and that should be really tricky. If it goes into extra time, Rob probably
Yeah, for
won't
sure.
have players. If he does, he'll win it easy. I reckon. If you're going into extra time, if he receives, he'll win.
Mm.
But if he's only got like 4 blokes left, that's going to be really bloody tricky. So
Yeah.
Didn't he make a touchdown with only 3 guys though? I'm pretty certain there was a game where he only had like 3 or 4 himself, and he managed to make a touchdown.
he's
Can do it.
Frog's saying he normally does kick, so
Yeah, there you go. I reckon he can do it. It'll just come down to, if he can keep most of his guys alive.
yep.
Well, and actually, anybody backing Brog is probably just relying on Bubba leaving the ball on the ground. So,
Or passing.
Get up.
Yeah,
no, don't rely on him passing. He'll make that.
yeah.
All right, should we move to the show, Pony?
Maybe a few sprints happening too. Yeah, let's go to the big show. The big show. With, some of the best players, I think, the OBBL or Blood Bowl really has ever seen.
Well, there's 3 amazing players in the semis, and you.
Come on.
Let's have a look. Oh, this is going to hurt. Touchdown. The Amazons versus the luckiest underworld. We'll have a look at Luke Adrian's first.
Okay, Adrian.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's got plenty of money to replace goblins.
Yep. Ooh, one
Heaps,
injured
actually.
goblin.
He's got to spend some. Yeah. And then he's a leveling line rat.
Do we know whose stadium it is?
It's touchdowns.
Touchdowns, alright, so we're not going to see any inducements for the 50k. We've got a 10-3-3 record for the Wong Fu.
It's pretty impressive with a tier 3 team, isn't it?
It is. Having 2 strength 4 Skaven throwers helps.
Yeah, I guess it's not that tier 3 once you get to that. But in the hands of Luca, it's bloody good anyway.
Yeah.
This is a pretty cool team. Like the Horns, Mighty Blow Claw, Blitzer, the 2 strength 4 throwers. And he's given it extra arms. I hadn't realised that. That's pretty cool too.
The Horns
Might
did a
actually
lot of
pull that
work.
up.
Yeah, the
Oh yeah.
Horns was doing a lot of work against my game.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't. He's up against a lot of tackle. He'd probably be, if he could swap that to tackle for this game. I reckon he'd take it because he wants to hit people, take people out, take girls out, and his go-to blitzer doesn't have tackle.
Yeah. Yeah, but
doesn't have mighty blow, so it's
not the claw's going to mean much this game, but yeah, the mighty blow hits will be pretty good.
Yeah, claw's pointless for this match, but he's got 2 guard pieces, and from memory, I haven't looked at him again yet, but Lonners has got quite a lot of guard, and his placement's immaculate.
Oh.
It makes it really difficult to get
Immaculate. Yeah.
So he's got 4 guard, which is more than the dwarf team we looked at earlier.
And 2 of them were stand firm. Stand firm dodge guard, so hot.
Yep.
Yes, very
very
hot
nice.
right now.
And then he's got the blitzer with the mighty blow tackle. The ball carrier is very lovely. Tackle.
Shitonya.
Fend, yep.
Shit on ya.
Those sidesteppers are just annoying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lodge sidestep is just if you don't get them down, they're just everywhere.
It won him the game against me in the grand final last year. I couldn't get him down, and he just kept on moving around, so I couldn't free up my piece to take the ball. It's a really good skill when it works, and with not a lot of tackle about, it'll probably come into a bit of use.
Loner's record: 12 wins, 2 draws, no losses.
Yeah, that's impressive, isn't it? And he had his 5 wins this season.
Yeah.
But you know what?
And
At the risk of saying implying he's lucky, and I'm not saying that that's everything, but he hasn't had a bad game. Like, he hasn't had one game where the dice went absolute shit, and he's fucking due. Like, it happens to everybody eventually. It's just counting down the matches for Loners. It might not be this one, but eventually it's going to come.
Probably happened in Casual Carnage or some shit.
Maybe. I wouldn't even play Casual Carnage if I was him.
No.
Unless he gets a bit of punishment in the next couple of games, but
he's also got
actually,
and pitch invasion, security gate.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Look, I've got Loners as the favourite, but if anyone's going to spoil him, it could be Luke Adrian, right?
Yeah.
And if his team starts pumping out the casualties. And as you said, he's only got that one mighty blow, and it doesn't have tackle. But and the troll, of course, But if it starts happening for him, or if he just lucks into it, it is only armor 7. This could be a really tough game for Lonero.
They'll be on exactly the same TV as the way I'm working it out. If that's just ends up being a normal skill, I think so. No, there won't be anything there. But that means Wizards only. I reckon he needs a couple more players. Okay, Adrian.
Well, he's got 210 GP.
So you're going to have to buy a couple.
So he's got to buy at least one, or spend his money. But surely he's going to pick up a few gobbos.
Yeah, you'd think so. Well, how many Skaven linemen do you can have 3, can't you?
3. Yeah,
2.
He went in with 11 and then forgot to mention that he was going to buy a star player in the inducement stage, but that's all good. So he came in with 12.
Care to elaborate on that one?
No,
forgot to mention, like he's due to tell you exactly what he's going to do.
No, we discussed exactly what we were both going to take for our game, as per Luke Stewart's recommendation. And then sneaky little bomber came in, but so be it. He didn't do much.
The good old gentleman's agreement that's wiped out straight away. I love it.
It's all good. I saw it pop up. I'm like, nah, that can't be right. And then he came up in the game. I'm like, fucking hell, he brought a star player. Don't see that in my old PMs.
Well, I think if you were betting on Luca, you'd be in a minority. There's a lot of people because everyone thinks Loners is just going to win the whole thing again.
Yeah, 12-0. You did. It's like Macabre Diva. Yes, you could lose a race, but until you do, I'm going to back you still.
Yeah. At the healthy odds of $1.02.
Exactly. I'll put my kids' graduation money or college money on it.
That lineman probably picks up tackle though, just for this game.
I think so. I think you would have to.
But I think you're also going to see, Dixie Normus is going to be taking out goblins. I think, and just
Luca,
you got a mighty blow tackle piece.
Luca, I don't care. I really don't care. It does not bother me in the slightest. No. I'm just reading his messages in the chat. No mention of discussing inducements. Man, he is petty. I'm a small man who needs to get over it. I don't care. I'll officially say it. I don't give a rat's ass.
I think that's all. I think that's fair enough. I think that's what football's all about. I fucking love doing that to people.
It's a fucking dirty game. Foul people.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Nice the strategy. I like it too.
There's nothing wrong with what he did at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just found
There's also nothing wrong. There's also nothing wrong with trying to make him feel bad about it, though.
Absolutely. He can make his own video. So, but no, I think, look, Loners, I think he's going to win, and just purely based on his record, he hasn't lost the entire season or last season, so.
Loners. He's got a couple of loners, does he?
Nah, he's fucking Loners, man.
The horse was Lonro. At least you stop calling him Lonroll.
That's why I tried.
It's an improvement.
I still can't say it. Even though you just said his name, I still go straight to Loners. It's fucking disgusting. I feel so sorry for him. It's not even his fucking name, and I'm still fucking it up.
Well, you know what? That's because we don't bloody put people on a pedestal here. He's the best player in the fucking club, and you don't get his name right. That's just keeping him grounded. That's what I like about it. It's like, I haven't even bothered to learn how to say your name correctly. Get over yourself.
Yeah. Let's get to see who one of those guys is going to play.
Actually, before you go on from there, there is an unnamed player who doesn't even know who the coach of each of the teams is.
Lima.
Nah, because Lima hasn't played last season. Anyway, I just thought that was quite amusing.
Speaking of names I can't pronounce, Agslangs? Oh, fuck this.
Agslangs.
Do you not know how to read English?
Nah, I'm horrible at it. That's just a random bunch of fucking letters.
Yeah. I reckon his name
team.
is probably Andrew or Adrian or something, so they call him. I knew someone called Ags when I was growing up.
Yeah.
His name was Andrew.
Could be Ags.
Ags, so maybe that's it.
New War Dancer going to pick up his first skill. Would that be who's he up against? Woke
Your old
Blokes.
pal.
Second skill, man. He's already got Frenzy.
Yeah, will he take tackle? That's the only one. But I don't think he will.
It depends on whether or not he's looking to season 12 or looking to this game.
Or the grand final. Because
the show
grand
pony,
final
that's right.
will both have two teams that have dodge.
Yeah, no matter what. Yeah, tackle's probably not a bad choice, is it?
I think tackle might be what you want.
Yeah. Prancer.
Yeah.
If you're thinking, you're going to win, which I can't imagine he is, but if he was, he'd be wanting tackle for the next game. Sorry, actually, I'm only kidding. I'd prefer him to have tackle than Mighty Blow, but I think if he wins the game, he'll want tackle in that final. Because if
what he
needs,
needs,
there's not a single tackle player, and he'll be fucked. That'll be really hard to win against Underworld or Amazons without tackle. It'd be fucking impossible.
Yeah, that's true. But he also has to get through it, so he's probably just going to be staring at the skills for a bit, looking for the skill that has the best impact on the luckiest player in the league.
Catcher.
The harder I practice, the luckier I get, man. That's not true. It's just been a fucking absolute cavalcade of excellent dice.
No, that's bullshit too. But no, the tackle looks like a gimme there, doesn't it? But those two Edge 5 pieces are going to give you a whole bunch of trouble.
Yeah.
My experience with Edge 5 this season has just got me looking at those going, you must die.
Yeah.
And the only reason that I don't want them to die now is because I think he should beat you first.
Fair enough.
But you've got some saucy options there though, to kill them with your piling on pieces and a fair bit of tackle.
You know what? I'm just looking at my team. I might just choose this skill while we're doing it.
That's exciting. An inside scoop guard for him.
He's getting guard.
Getting guard.
Yeah, nice.
Excellent.
Yeah. So that's so now I've got 3 guard pieces. No,
2.
2.
Which won't matter much this game, but you'll be loving it if you make it through to repeat the season 10 grand final against Lonro. You'll really appreciate that little bit of guard on top of your tackle pieces. And if you face off against Adrian, it'll be meaningful too. But
8-6-1 for your record. That's very impressive as well.
Is
I
it?
mean,
So,
yep.
so I lost the grand final last year. A lot of draws this season, I think. But
Respect her.
yeah, I don't know. I like to, it makes it sound like my defence is quite good, but it's fucking all over the place. I'm just kind of, throw people around and hope I win the biffo and, slowly march up the pitch. But, that's my game plan. It's pretty simple.
Oh, you're doing a pretty good job of.
Man, I'm a pretty basic kind of a soul, and
We're not going to contest any of that, but you have been doing a pretty good job of wedging people into parts of the field they don't want to be, I think, which has allowed you to do your little stomp up the field. And so, and I think that'll be your issue here against Axling, because you might get him cornered, but his is a team that'll get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how you manage those tackle pieces will be absolutely critical here.
And doesn't he put a lot of pressure on? He plays very aggressive, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, that's why he's got the frenzy ward answers, right?
Yeah. He comes at you, so you can't actually get a cage ready. Like, he will just movement 7 straight ahead at you and just try and get that ball, make a touchdown. Because actually, what's his average touchdown? I think it's something ridiculous. Statistics.
Average score's 2, which is
pretty high. Like,
he scores. He scores a lot of tries, doesn't he?
He does. And quickly too. Like, as soon as he gets the
29,
ball.
wow.
29 touchdowns. There we go. So 29 to him versus the woke blokes. Let's see if you can even get up to 10.
So he's going to be on 1590. Just while you're looking that up, he'll be on 1590, and I am on. What am I on?
Yeah, so you've scored 18 touchdowns.
So 60.
18 touchdowns, and you've given up 8. But how many?
Gee, that's a pretty good. That's an impressive stat, Gifted.
Well, I've played you a lot, though, haven't I? So that really fucking helps. That statistic. It's just like, I sit around all day going, in the off season, I used to sit around just going, wouldn't mind to have a casual carnage, and Luca would, say, anyone interested in the game? Oh, no. And then you pipe up with interested in casual carnage, and like fucking 20 people just go, oh yeah. Yeah, thanks, yeah. Fighting each other to pick the phone up. Having an alert set for when you're looking for a casual carnage, my phone starts fucking beeping madly.
I know the feeling. Yeah, I know the feeling.
Well, you benefited from it last night, Joa.
I did. That was my third game.
Fuck you, Gifted.
I'm gonna go Wood Elves. Sorry, Gifted. I think he's just going to bring a lot of pressure, and he's going to make you think and that 2 minutes is going to go quickly, and I think the Wood Elves can pick up on any misclick or any precision mess up that you might do.
Yeah.
I think you're going to fuck him up with his team, but I think he'll...
That's the thing about Wood Elves when you're playing them with guys like, with a team like mine, is that if you fail the pickup, you're just in a whole world of shit. Or if he gets a blitz, and if you're 1-0 down on your receive, the game's pretty much over. It's very hard to come back from. So it's, you can't afford to, like, those first few turns are just so important, getting into a good position. And if he puts that heaps of pressure on me, which is what he does, it's pretty bloody handy. He doesn't have kick, which is good, I suppose, but it's so random, you just don't know anyway. So, you can't afford to put everybody on the line. Anyway, it'll be a good game.
It'll be a cracker.
I think he needs to do his job.
Yeah, well, and when he does, it'll be bad for the Elves.
Yeah.
I had Axlings for this, But I think I'm changing my mind, Gifted. I think you've bullied me into backing you, shamed me into going, oh, Gifted's an amazing player. But also Jawa tipped you, so I got to flip it.
I tipped Wood Elves.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You tipped the Wood Elves, and I was like, no, I probably should flip.
No, that's probably a safe bet.
There's no draw to tip in this one.
No.
I don't know. Your team's looking very healthy. You've got enough tackle to be troublesome.
Oh yeah.
And I think Axling's probably what really convinced me, Jawa, is you talking about how aggressive he is. I wonder whether or not that pays off against a team like this.
Armour value 7.
I think, this is the other thing. I've got AV7 and the team can fall apart. I mean, as you said about Lonners, he hasn't had a really bad game, and I lost a lot of players.
That's true.
When I played him. But apart from that, my injury rolls, bloody touch wood, have been pretty phenomenal, really. Like, my injuries for and against. So if you can take a few of my guys out...
That's the problem, isn't it? If it becomes 8 on 8 in a half...
But you got a healthy bench, though, too. Like, it only helps one drive.
Yeah, but that one drive will be a touchdown to the Wood Elves if it becomes 8 on 8, for example.
Yeah,
that's right.
And I'm just looking at the stats. You beat him last time you played him, which is 8 games ago. So there's a fair bit of time in the meantime, but there you have it. And he's beaten some amazing. Well, he drew against one amazing coach during the season, but he had. Well, I gave him the game. He wouldn't be in the fucking show pony if I hadn't thrown that pass. To be fair.
Oh, that's right. That was you, wasn't it?
And that was me. I gave that away.
Instead of just running the touchdown in.
Well, I could have just kept stepping it up, but I got greedy and wanted my one SPP. Anyway.
I think that was one of... I don't normally like taking the piss out of you, Pastog. That was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
It was quite stupid.
It was Blake Nutt style, throwing the ball, the catch, good show on the game.
Yeah, it was disastrous.
That was unfortunate.
It was very unlucky how it panned out, but also being stupid enough to try it and knowing how fucking unlucky I could get. Anyway, that happens. And honestly, looking at the other teams he's had, and this is no discredit to Axlings because he's a great player, but looking at the other teams, this will be the first time, other than Comey last round. Oh no, he's played Luca. I was about to say, he's had a bit of an easy run because he's got, he beat Storm Saxon convincingly. He beat Hedgie. Neither of those teams have got many wins under their belt.
Yeah.
He beat me and Druid Bard.
That 5-1 to the Rivers is just that is.
That's impressive. Yeah, it is. It is. And look, I think Axlings is a bloody good coach. Don't get me wrong.
He's great. Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm actually going to change my tip though. I'm writing it into it now. I'm actually going to back you, Kobe. As much as that leaves a foul taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Wood Elves to win.
I've been known to do that in my time past, let me tell you.
That's what KB says, that's for sure.
Lucky young ladies. But I think so far the tipping that have come in it's slightly favouring me. There's a few tipping fags though. It's not. I think it's going to be a really interesting game. It should be a tough match, and
yeah, I think so.
It isn't one of those ones that gets completely ruined by someone's team just getting wiped out.
Yeah, that would suck actually. I'd love to see it be a real contest.
Yeah.
And the game that I nearly beat Axlings, actually, that was where his team did get nearly wiped out. I should have beat him, but only because he had a bazillion injuries. So
he's got like 4 or 5 players that if he was up against, 8 of mine, I still think he'd have a really good chance of winning.
Just
You know,
depends on
like-
which
Oh,
one they are,
absolutely.
isn't it?
Yeah, there's some really good individual pieces there.
Like agility 5, the ward dancer, like
War
did
dancers
you-
don't
do you have
even
any
need
sure
levels to be
hands?
amazing
I didn't-
pieces.
I didn't see that. Do you have sure hands?
You do, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think I've got on 2 players actually, don't I? Or am I thinking of somebody else? No,
Just the one. Yeah.
Just the one. He's going to be targeted.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I wonder if you'll try to leap someone over and take him out early. But, I mean, that player's also got... That's a blodger, right? So
Yeah.
I've got 1 blodger, and he's got no tackle. So hopefully... He does
The
have
friend
friends
Well,
is
he's
the
about
man
to. He's
tackle,
about to.
isn't
He's about to level that war dancer though.
Yeah, I think that's going to be tackle. I think that will be the best option for him.
But yeah, that should be... I'm looking forward to... That should be a good match.
It's a cracking round all up.
Well, semi-finals and finals it should be.
All the dead weight's already been knocked out, hasn't it?
Absolutely. All the pretenders.
And let's be honest, they don't even bother bowling. The sloppy seconds don't count. Like that's just so people can keep playing while the real games go on.
Yeah, it just keeps you guys like
Entertain the plebs.
hit a lolly in the corner and just hoping it just keeps it quiet. Yeah.
That's right.
It's,
It's a tasty lolly.
Say that again, sorry, Joe.
It's a tasty lolly. I've had to suck on it once or twice.
Yeah, no, sure, actually. I reckon this is going to be a really good round. It's only
It's going to be
Me
great.
too.
6 games, and then only 2 to go the week after that. So
Yeah, it'll be
Very good.
amazing.
And just like we said to the other finalists, good luck to all the semi-finalists. I hope a few more games go to overtime. It was very exciting last round.
Going to the penalty kickoff was sensational, Joe. How did you feel when you got to that point?
Yeah, felt like vomiting. Especially when the first one ended up, we obviously both rolled the same dice roll. So we even drew the first penalty kick dice off.
yeah.
Because it's just 1 die each, and we obviously both drew it. So we went to the
Right.
second one, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And yeah, I was worried. I think he deserved it. I just made too many mistakes, and he's too good not to capitalise on those stupidity sort of things. So
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I think I messaged you afterwards and said, you know, or put it in the review, I can't remember, but you just can't make a mistake against him. And
well, especially most of the people on here now. I was talking to I think Pastor last night. A lot of the players, there's a good 8 of them at the moment where you make that one mistake, you're in a world of pain.
Yeah.
There's just too many players that are like that now where you can't make a mistake. It's painful.
a few less
I'm gonna have to
players like
I'm gonna have to run off, gentlemen. So I want to say thank you both for jumping on and spending the time. Good luck in the finals.
Yes, good luck
Cheers,
in the
boys.
final. See you, boys.
Thank
Lovely
you.
You
talking
too,
to you.
gifted. Thanks for organising, Joe.
All good, man. Thanks for jumping on.